Welcome to the David and the Bear podcast. Let's have a good time. Yes, sir.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the David and the Bear podcast. I am here with former D1 athlete from Ole Miss and former NFL prodigy, big man himself, KD Hill. He's you can correct me if I'm wrong, motivational speaker, author, man of God. I think our brother. Yeah, I think I hit all. But yeah, without further ado, KD Hill.
Hey, what's up, man? Glad to be on here with you. And anytime I get to share my story, it's truly a blessing. And I'm forever grateful for it, man. So thank you for this amazing opportunity.
Honestly, thank you for picking up the call. I'm not gonna lie to you. So where do you want to start? Where do you want to start? You want to go high first, or you want to go low first?
It don't matter, man.
Got you. So I guess diving right into it. What's one of your biggest challenges in life?
I say one of the biggest challenges in life would be we're human, continue to stay consistent.
Mm.
No matter how successful you get in life, because once you get to the top, that doesn't mean you stop working. That's where the work just begun. So continue to stay consistent and be honest with yourself. How many times in life do we keep it honest with ourselves or keep it real with ourselves?
That's
So
valid.
you have to continue to look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I'm lacking. Hey, I need to apply more pressure or things like that. So I would just say continue to knock down those barriers in my life and those obstacles and continue to hit those goals and dreams and aspirations that I have in life.
So I got a little bit of your story from CJ, our connection. For those of y'all who don't know, CJ is my drive trainer as I'm working on getting a car because of the fact that I'm in a wheelchair, so I have to get adaptive cars and all that kind of stuff. Got a little bit of your story from him. He's CJ's, first of all, most shout out to CJ. He's an outstanding gentleman in the highest regard. But just kind of tapping into you training for football and all that kind of stuff, from being at Ole Miss to on your way to making it to the pros. Like, what was that transition like before the whole accident and all that kind of stuff?
Grateful. Grateful, man. It was everything that I dreamed of as a little kid in fifth grade. Everything that I said I wanted to do in life had came to pass. Before I committed to Ole Miss, I said I wanted to wear number 38, Chucky Muller's Award, which is the highest award given to a defensive player there, and I earned it. Actually, blood, sweat, and tears. Days nobody didn't see me put the work in because I did it behind closed doors. So when the lights came on, everyone saw the work that I put in. And I'm just forever thankful to be in that position, to be able to accomplish those things that I did in life. And God put me in that position. But most importantly, it was a platform that He gave me to glorify Him and continue to impact the community and do the things for His kingdom, because it wasn't for me. It was for His kingdom and for His glory. And so I'm forever grateful for that opportunity He had given me.
We like that. What are you passionate about?
Speaking, motivational speaking, spreading the word. That's what I love. That was me before my accident. That was me before the world knew who KD Hill was.
Mm-hmm.
I always was a motivation type of person, encourager. That's just who I am. It was something that was in me, and God was molding and preparing me for that very exact moment when my accident occurred and walked right into my purpose. That's why I was able to handle it so well, because I didn't have an identity in sports. I knew that I was here for something far greater than just sports. It was the platform, but we are all here to do great things. And I knew that God was not a man that He should lie, and that He keeps His promises and the things that He tells us in scriptures. I knew that that was who I was. I saw myself as God saw me.
I think we can just end the podcast right there, to be honest, on that note. To be honest, that was heavy right there. Through, before your accident and all kind of stuff, because that probably propelled your life into a different direction that you probably didn't even think you're headed into. Up until that point, what was the most important lesson that you had learned in your life?
Gratitude, gratitude. Although I cannot see him, yet I trust him. Suffering is good for all of us. If Jesus
Hmm.
had to suffer, so shall we. But the thing I love about suffering is it shows you things that you never knew you had inside of you if you continue to persevere through life.
He just dropping heavy facts today, guys. So in this life, I know things can get hard and all that kind of stuff, and just um, a lot of people living with like trauma and um, just things that they're too afraid to say. What do you think is one of your deepest regrets in life?
Deepest regrets. Oh, that's a big one, man. I would say I don't have any regrets. Everything happened for a reason, man.
Mm,
All the mistakes that I've made has got me to where I'm at today. So if I could go back in life, there would be nothing I would change because I'm where I'm supposed to be at in life, no matter what. You learn from those mistakes you made. If we
mhm.
didn't make those mistakes, how will we learn through life? How will we grow as a person
Mm.
to be the man or woman that God wants us to be?
You wouldn't be the same man, to be honest, if half the things
That's
you
right.
went through you didn't go through.
That's right.
So, what gives your life meaning?
What gives my life meaning?
What gives
You
your life
just
meaning?
said it. Life.
Mm,
Being able to wake up every morning with breath in our body. Gratitude. No matter your circumstance, can you be thankful for that one thing, that one blessing, and that's life, no matter what, because he gives you another opportunity to glorify him and to work towards that dream and aspiration that you have in life.
we like that. We like that. So, I guess kind of tapping back into your story and kind of a big part of it, or not a big part of it, but in the more recent years of, you know, for those who don't know, you were involved in a horrible accident. If you want to tap in a little on that.
Yeah, my right leg was amputated on the scene as of being trapped in the truck for 5 hours. Within 3 hours of the truck of my accident, they called my mom and let her know that I was trapped in the truck. And I guess they thought I wasn't going to make it if it took them 3 hours to call my mom and let them know that I was trapped. I had two blood transfusions on the scene, and they amputated it right there on the scene within those 5 hours. I was airlifted to UAB. I had three more blood transfusions and seven surgeries in 2 weeks of being in a hospital. So that's a surgery every other day. And look at me now. I don't look like what I've gone through. Hasn't been a full year. Work out every day. I look better than ever. But that's what happens when you trust God in the unfamiliar of your life. I think about Job, Joseph, the coat of many colors,
Hmm.
Paul. Paul wrote the chapter Psalms when he was in prison. He was encouraging those when he was locked up. He was encouraging people that was free and he was in prison. But the thing about Paul was his spirit wasn't locked up. It was
Mm.
free. And so I think about myself as I was in that hospital and my right leg was amputated and I was having surgery. I was encouraging those that wasn't going through what I was going through.
He's heavy with it today, guys. He's heavy. So I'm kind of talking to CJ and all kind of stuff. He's and even looking at like your metrics online, 6'1", 315 in college. I was like, that's a big fella, and he can move too. So I put up some of your clips, and I was like, oh, I was like, that's the guy that you don't want to mess with, bro. To be honest. So
Yeah, man. Grateful, man. I put in a lot of hard work. I still put in work, man. I just started. I used to work out at home, and I just started getting this gym membership Saturday. And pretty much since I've been going, people come up to me, man. You're big. One man came up to me yesterday. He said, "Man, you look just like Superman." I said, "I've been working out at home, man. Just imagine how I'm gonna look after I leave the gym."
oh, he
Uh,
can be real ripped, real ripped.
Big.
So growing up in the college scene, especially as a football player, um, you know, having people always around you, being somewhat of a celebrity and all that kind of stuff, kind of digging into your friends. What do you think is the most important quality of a friend that you look for?
Oh, we in there. Yeah, I love these, man. So your friend group, oh, I love this. Your friend group should be who you want to be in 5 to 10 years.
Mm.
You got to take a look at your friend group, because if your friend group is not the right group, that's who you'll be in 5 to 10 years.
So do you feel like, as you're accomplishing goals and all kind of stuff, and as you're moving through life, do you feel like your friend group should change, or like?
Oh, throughout life, it's gonna change because
Mhm,
you outgrow those old friends. Everybody can't go where you go. There
mhm.
are seasons in your life where certain people are gonna be in your life and they gonna have to leave. That's why my circle is smaller than a Cheerio.
Smaller than the Cheerio. I'm gonna use that, bro. I'm gonna use it. Smaller than the Cheerio. I like that. So as you're progressing through life from you know childhood all the way up until you know the point that you're at now, who inspires you the most?
Oh.
Wait, 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 wait. You can't use Jesus and you can't use God. You gotta
Yeah,
use.
most definitely. My grandfather, Myron Leon Williams, passed away in 2010 for pancreatic cancer. He saw something in me before I saw myself.
Mm,
And my son actually has my grandfather's middle name, Leon. It's Caden Leon Hill. And my grandfather planted a seed in me, and I planted one in my son. And it's just something that got to be in you, not on you. And that's all I could say. He knew that I had the heart of a lion before this accident even happened and before I saw it in myself. So he's smiling down right now, and he's very proud of the man that I've become and still becoming, because we grow throughout life and we do
mhm,
not stay the same. My son teaches me things at his age. That's one thing I want those that are listening. No matter their age, who they are, where they come from, ethnicity, background, it don't matter. We all learn from someone. They can be my son age, and my son is one. You will learn from them.
mhm,
And so I want you to know that wisdom is the key to life, and you never know too much. The day you think you know too much or done enough is the day you become lazy. So
mm.
always grow, because wisdom is calling out to us. We don't have to go looking for it. For there are many opportunities we have in life where we have the opportunity to learn a new skill, which is wisdom, but we tend to brush it off because of an excuse. So know that wisdom is looking for you.
So given the fact that you're on stages and giving messages all the time, and written books and all that kind of stuff, and you have a pretty large platform on Instagram. If you could send a message to a large group of people, who would those people be, and what would your message say?
Everybody. I want to impact everybody here on earth. That's why I'm still here. What I've gone through, all you can do is give that back to God. That
Hmm.
the things I've seen on July 21st at 4:40 a.m., it would have scarred a lot of people, man. And till this day, it does not bother me. I just know that there is God, and He's great, and there's nobody greater than Him. He's King of all kings. Um, I want you to know that when bad things happen in your life, that it is not to harm you, but it is meant for your good. It's to show you things that you never knew you had inside. And it's for it to take you to another level in your life, because there are certain levels that we have to go to get to what we want in life. You can't stay the same person if you want something in life. You have to continue to grow and be a different person throughout life as you go.
So what or who are you proudest of in your life?
Can you repeat that?
So what or who are you most proudest of in your life currently?
What am I most proud of? Well, there are many goals and aspirations that I want. And until I'm able to take care of my whole family, I ain't done.
Mm, mm.
So there's nothing I'm proud of. Me, what I've done so far, I haven't even scratched the surface. I just continue to stay humble, give God all the glory, and that's just who I always been. Never been satisfied. I'm finna get off this and go work on speeches, man. That's just who I am, and that's just what I do. It's in me. It's not on me.
It's in me, not on me. Think back to a time, whether it was your accident or um, one practice at Ole Miss, or getting that getting that prestigious award at Ole Miss. Think back to a time that you felt transformed. How did you change and why?
Mm. My accident. I'm gonna go back to my
You
accident because
good? You good?
that was the turning point before everything,
Mm-hmm.
that happened now. My accident, it showed me things that I never knew I had inside.
Mm.
I was trapped in the truck for 5 hours without shedding a tear. When the
Ooh.
state trooper first arrived, he was the first one to arrive on the scene. The first thing I said was, "Hold my hand and let's pray."
Mm.
As I was looking at my leg being smashed, hold my hand and let's pray. So that just lets you know the faith that I have in God, even while in the unfamiliar, especially not even crying,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that God was going to comfort me in times of trouble because I knew who He was. I knew who He said He was, and that He was the same God He was back then, and that He would never leave us nor forsaken us.
I like that. If you could, as a writer yourself, if you could write a story about your pain or your life, what would the last sentence be?
Resiliency, resiliency.
Staying resilient. And this last question that I have in here wasn't I didn't send this question to you. It's kind of a throw you off question a little bit. But what are some things you want to prevent your kids or the future generation from going through that you went through?
Mm. We are meant to break generational curses. We all have generational
Mm-hmm.
curses in our families. That there are some generational curses that I'm breaking. I grew up without a father, and so that's why I'm the man that I am today, and being the
Mm-hmm.
father that I am to my child because I know how that feels. But I would tell my kids, don't try to make the same decisions that I made growing up. If you do, learn from them
Mm.
because you made those decisions for a reason. Like I said in the beginning, every decision that I have made happened for a reason, and it has gotten me to where I'm at today.
What's your theme song?
What's my theme
What's your
song?
theme song? Like Dion, give me
Hmm.
my theme music.
I got to see "Last Breath" by Future or Jeezy put on.
Mm.
I think about my son and my family when I play that put on.
He said,
That "Last Breath" by Future, you never should have doubted me.
mm.
I'm gonna fight to my last breath. That hit hard. That hit different. When
But
you
that's
done gone through the fire, came out untouched, looked like pure gold, it hit different, man.
mm. So kind of transitioning back a little bit. Do you feel like you've truly accepted and embraced who you are at your core and why?
Most definitely. Most definitely. It's who God want me to be.
Mm-hmm.
Not my will, but
But
the
God's
Lord's
will,
will.
yeah.
That's right. That's right. So whatever He want me to do, He's gonna direct my path and order my footsteps. And my life shall prosper.
Mm-hmm.
That's what He says. He's gonna take care of all my needs. So why should I stress?
And last question before I open up the floor to you. If you could go back and tell your young KD, growing up without a father and all kind of stuff, one thing, you only have like God gave you a time machine to go back and tell young KD one thing. Like you only got one sentence. What would it be?
Never give up. Never give up. Never
That's
give up. That never give up, man. That's why I'm where I'm at today. Just continue to fight. Heart of a lion.
mm,
One thing we know about a lion. This is one thing I know for a fact before a lion. If it only has 3 legs, a lion still gonna be a lion at the end of the day.
mm.
Ain't nothing stopping that lion from hunting. I got one leg. Nothing stops me from being KD here.
KD Hill, the man, the myth, the legend. That's him. Yes, sir. So before I ask you the closing question, we're actually doing honestly great on time. Um, I'm gonna open up the floor to you to ask me any questions or pose any questions back to the listeners of the podcast.
I got one thing for you, man. I want you to take this with you and never forget it and always remember this. Don't you stop. Don't let your circumstances stop you from being who you are. Everything happened for a reason. God saw something in you that you don't even see in yourself, man.
Yes, sir.
Just continue to keep going. Trust Him. and keep dreaming big, as I tell my son. Dream big. Don't never limit yourself. Dream as big as you can. Remember that, man. You just continue to keep going, because one day this podcast will be as big as you think it is. It starts with you.
Mm-hmm.
You the only one that's stopping yourself.
Yep.
Nobody else. Your circumstances don't stop you but yourself. It may slow you down, but it ain't gonna stop you. So remember that. Keep going.
Yes, sir. Speechless right now, to be honest. So the closing question, I pose it to all of my guests that I bring onto the podcast. What's one piece of advice that you learned over your years of life that you can share with the listeners of the podcast?
The moment you put God's words into actions, your foundation will be like the house that is built on the rock. So when those storms come, you will not waver, and you won't look like what you've gone through. So put God's words into action and see yourself the way he sees you. View the world the way he views the world, and know that he is the I am.
We can just give snaps for that, to be honest. We can give snaps for that. Once again, thank you, KD, for hopping on the podcast. We do appreciate it. Y'all can find him on Instagram. You have Twitter or Facebook or anything else like that?
Yep. My Instagram is grindkd_55. That is my Twitter as well. My Facebook is KD Hill.
So yeah, y'all can find him on there. If y'all ever need like an inspiration to like kind of jolt you in your day, honestly, just turn to his Instagram page. He has like quotes all over there, to be honest. He's like I said, guys, he's an amazing individual. I ended up doing some research on him. Talented defensive tackle. God blessed him in other ways, but if God would have blessed him into the league, he would have been dominant in the league. So, God's gonna take care of us though. But without further ado, I'd like to say thank you, KD, for coming on to the podcast. And for those of y'all who are listening to this podcast with somebody next to you, make sure you tell them that you love them. And we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for tuning in to the David and the Bear podcast.
Thank you for listening to the David and the Bear podcast, where every story ends in victory. Yes, sir.